We are back, and we are live. What's up, Jason?
What's good, everybody? Appreciate y'all for having me.
We appreciate you for coming. So, your book didn't drop. How you feeling?
Man, relieved. That was a long process leading up to actually releasing the book. A lot of sleepless nights, a lot of doubts, but it's here. I'm grateful for that.
Okay. So, how did the sales go?
Surprisingly,
compound accounting.
Without throwing specific numbers out there, I've done much better than I expected. With you doing an individual project like that, you always are reluctant to how many supporters you really have. But I was surprised by how many people actually showed love and came out and supported and bought a copy of the book.
Okay.
Okay, so if nobody would have bought the book, because I know, like, the last time we interviewed you, you had a real positive spirit about it. So if nobody would have bought the book, how do you think that would have affected you and the way you felt about your project?
I'm so, self-motivated, and my whole purpose for writing the book was not to make money. It was actually to change lives. And just to see, I've gotten several reviews on the book. This girl that actually follows me on Instagram, she bought a copy. She lives in Kentucky. She bought a copy. I didn't know she was getting a copy, but she gave me a big shout out on Instagram today. Said it was a real good read, and things like that. That's what allows me to keep going, keep pushing, because the content of the book is what I really want people. I don't want people to look at the cover. I don't want people to look, oh, this looks nice. Is Disney page? No, I want people to actually sit down and read it, because it's something that helps me, and I know it can help other people. So if I didn't sell a copy of the book and I had to give it away, it still would have been a success as long as it affects someone's life in a positive way.
Okay, so for all the listeners out there, so how can you purchase the book online?
There's actually a link on my Instagram page. Like I said, I'm still working with my graphic designer on getting my webpage up, but my social media sites are up. You can follow me, J_Russell_Jr. on Instagram, and the link is in my bio. So,
okay.
Get it that way.
All right, so maybe everybody that's listening right now don't really know what the book is about. So can you give us a little synopsis, and we can dive into the book a little bit more?
For sure.
That vocabulary.
You better show off what
got me
TSU
feeling
showed
like
you.
Fantasia up in here.
What she just said?
She been reading. But pretty much without giving it all away, our ancestors and people that came before us, they fought so hard for physical freedom. I mean, they endured, dogs, water hoses, whips, chains. They endured it all just to be physically free. And now that we got physical freedom, the worst type of captivity is mental captivity.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like we buy into all of the mass hysteria that we see on TV, that we see portrayed in the news, on the internet, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And we live these lives, just aspiring to be mediocre, aspiring to see what we see, aspiring to do what we see on TV. And so my book is pretty much offering different ways to get closer to your dreams, to alleviate all negativity in your life, to make yourself more of a productive person on a daily basis. And so the process of progress is kind of self-explanatory. It's just teaching you how to get from point A to a better B.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you think you set the example?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I set the example? With me, it's not so much about what I do, what I don't do, living this lifestyle that... one thing about Jason is that I'm a real person. And I'm not going to come in here, I'm not going to BS y'all, I'm not going to pretend to be something that I'm not, contrary to what people believe. I live a life that I feel like I was born to live. And I can't let anyone else define success in my life. And so for me, setting the example is being the best Jason that I can be. I don't wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and see someone else. I wake up in the morning and see the Jason that I've known for 20 years now. And so if I'm being productive and I'm getting myself closer to what I've always dreamed of and my purpose that God has for my life, then I feel like that's the example that I should be selling. I can't, I would love to go around here and say that I don't do certain things, but I'm a human being. And so go ahead.
So do you think your book reflects who you are?
My book reflects exactly who I am. And it reflects the Jason that people don't always get to see. A lot of people see you when they form an opinion of you. But we all have inner workings and inner makeups of who we are that people don't get to see. In this book reveals a lot of who Jason is behind closed doors.
Okay, so you know, you just said about people's perceptions of you. You know, people talk and stuff in that nature. So you know, people say that you're very cocky and arrogant. Can you like clean it up to people?
I ain't gonna clean it up. Not at all. I don't want to clean it up. I'm gonna speak on it, but I'm not gonna clean it up. Here's the thing about life: in everything you do, you must be confident.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the word.
It's a difference between.
And hear me out. Cocky. A lot of people resort to this word cocky because they have a lot of insecurities within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, my parents didn't have to tell me to make all A's. If I didn't make an A in the class, I felt like I was a failure. And so if I put in that work to make that A, if I put in that work to separate myself from the crowd, why can't I act like it? Jay-Z said a quote, people look at you strange, say you changed. I ain't worked this hard to stay the same. Period. The late nights when I'm up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I know a lot of people are asleep or they're on Instagram and I'm working. So why can't I live my life like that? I can't live a life inside of a box and be this robot that the world wants me to be. I don't get the word cockiness because everything that you do, you should do with the spirit of confidence, period.
But do you think that's setting a bad example towards, like, people who look up to you?
Not at all.
So you want them to be cocky as well?
I want them to be confident in everything that they do. Believe in yourself. Believe. That's the thing that kills us. Because I know, and here's the thing. I've been through this. I'm not saying that I've, like I said, I haven't seen the highest point of my life yet. But just going through this process with the book, if I would have ever just doubted myself for a moment, it would have never happened. If I would have never doubted God, I know the God that I serve. I know the God that rules my life every day. So I'm able to walk with that spirit that y'all may call cockiness, but I call it confidence. And I'm here to clear that up because anyone that knows me, the things that I love about life, the people that I love about life, I will gladly admire and praise and put on a pedestal. I never put myself above people. Never. Maybe I carry myself that way, but I never put myself above people because at the end of the day, you know, we're all human beings. But the people that I admire, I'm willing to put on a pedestal. I'm willing to praise. I talk to people about Kalani all the time. I was talking to somebody earlier today. Like, I love coming on this show. I was geeked when she texts me, like, come on the show. Because I look up to her.
Really?
Really.
Hey, that's
Really. I know she like, you can see those people that have that certain greatness about them before they're great. And that's one thing that I admire. So that for people to say that I'm cocky, I can genuinely say you don't know me.
And I can feel with you where you're coming from with that because it's like me, I'm going through where I don't want people to think that I'm cocky, but at the same time I want to have confidence too. But I don't want to have too much confidence to the point where people look at me like, oh, she thinks she better than somebody. But I have to understand that everybody not gonna agree how I go with things. So I get what you mean by that. But I kind of want to go into, you know, how you said how the media and being mental slaves and things in that nature. How do you feel women are nowadays when it comes to social media? How do you feel about women? How do you think women should be nowadays? Because I see that you're strong about African Americans. I want to know, what do you think about African American females in this day and age?
Here's the thing with that. I was about to write something and put it out last night, but I held on to it.
Why you hold on? We need to hear it.
Because timing is everything. Timing is everything. But in our society, and this goes beyond women, but I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna put the spotlight on women right now. In our society, people are pretending so much.
Mm-hmm.
People are pretending. They're pretending to not care. There's this whole mass mindset of, I don't care. This doesn't bother me. I'm not fazed by it. That's problem one. Second problem is people are pretending to hide behind these sexuality issues. It's a lot of things that's being done for attention in all the wrong places, and I hate it because we're taking the focus off of what we should be doing as a people, and that's striving for excellence. Black people don't build each other up anymore. I feel like, and this is a generalization, trust me, I know there are strong black women that are being successful out there.
Mm-hmm.
But as a whole right now, if we're realistic and we're being honest about it, it's a lot of controversy in the African American community that's not necessary. And I feel like we should put our focus on all the right things right now. I feel like our focus is in all the wrong places. And reality TV plays a huge part in that.
Do you feel like African American males are the reason why females, African American females are how they are. Just, I'm not gonna, do the blame game, but do you feel like part of the reason is because females have low self-esteem because of our males? Do you feel like that?
I can honestly say that, but I can say that men in our society are not doing their part. Men are supposed to be at the forefront of the society, standing strong, taking on the challenges of life and doing that. I understand that's what we're challenged to do as men, as black men. Now with women, that is a reason why they have trust issues. That is a reason why they they're the way they are right now. But a lot of women use that as a crutch.
Right.
And you got to get rid of that crutch. You have to be able to stand on your own. In our society, it's really not about man and woman anymore because of equal opportunity and things of that nature. Everybody has to be able to stand on their own too. Period.
Okay.
So, other than your book, what else are you involved in?
I'm involved. I'm actually a member of the Generation of Educated Men, a proud member, Generation 4. I'm involved in SGA. I'm Mr. Sophomore right now. Last summer I founded my first organization, Operation Impact, and that was such a huge success. Shout out to my brother Denzel Butler, who's actually heading the organization right now. But that's an organization that's targeted toward empowering minority youth and giving them equal opportunities. I know we had a college giveaway over the summer where we gave out a printer, just dorm giveaways, just to students that maybe couldn't have afforded it any other way. I have some other big projects that I would not be. I can't get those out, but it's definitely on the come up from here for sure.
Okay, I have a question. Correct me if I am wrong, but in an interview with Tyra, you stated that to you, success is bringing those desires that you've always dreamed about into reality. This may seem like a cliche answer from most, but how did living by this move you to your success? Do you feel like at times it was hard for you to believe that?
Listen, y'all, I kid you not. About 3 weeks ago, I sat in my room. I cried for the first time in years because I don't think people understand when you have such a passion for something, when you have a dream that you can't think of, when you sit in class, you can't think of nothing else but your dream. When you have that thing that's burning you up on the inside and you're not sure if you're ever going to actually bring that into fruition, it becomes overwhelming. And for me, success is not about the dollar that you get. It's not about the applause that you get. It's about bringing that dream that you had from when you was a child, bringing that into fruition. When I woke up and I seen my brother text me and said, man, I look up to you. How can I be where you are? How can I do what you are doing? So I had a dream when I was 6 years old that I was at a podium in front of the entire world and I was speaking and the entire world was changed by what I said. And I kind of ran from that dream for a long time because I knew the responsibility that came with that dream. But from 6 years old, that dream, it was a recurring dream. And people may call me cocky. People can say whatever they want to say. But until I bring that dream into fruition, I'm going to keep grinding, keep striving every day because it's burning me up on the inside.
Do you feel like you have patience?
I put a post on Instagram about that last night, patience. Here's the thing. And you can look in chapter 5 of my book. I was just saying. But I used to be so impatient. Like, okay, and I would put out half-done projects. Mm-hmm. And that success that came from that, I call that microwave success. It don't take long.
Convenient.
It's real convenient. It happens in an instant. But when you sit down and you start to put together products that have quality that people can hold on to, they become seasoned success. That becomes seasoned success because it lasts. It's filling. Mm-hmm. It's something that people can relate to, and so I'm working on my patience every day because we always want to get to the top, but we got to realize that, man, Jay-Z didn't even start his rap career until he was 26.
And then I'm glad you said that. Because, I've been thinking, I don't know about everybody in the studio, but ever since Taraji has made that speech, certain things that she said has stuck with me since
Fear.
Tuesday.
Fear.
Stay in your lane.
Not even all of that, but just to where she was saying how when he just said something about patience and about, you know, timing and everything, sometimes we like, oh, we want this to happen right now.
Right.
We want to go to the top just like this, just like this.
Mhm.
But during that time, things do happen. Like, life is life. Life is not going to stop. It's going to keep going.
Right.
There's no reset. There's no go back. It's none of that. You know, life is going to keep going. So when things happen, when life throws, you know, different obstacles at us, sometimes things may not happen when we want it to. But in the meantime, later on down the road, maybe that was a way that God was telling us, okay, that it wasn't your time yet.
Right.
You know, this wasn't the journey for
And
you
that's,
right
I
at
feel like
that
that's how we
instant.
gonna learn patience. He gonna teach
Exactly.
you regardless
One
if
way
you
or
want to
the
know
other.
or not. So
Yeah, so that kind of ties into my next question about self-doubt. Like, I know you kind of just talked a little bit about it, you know, how you cried in your room or whatever. So, like, what advice would you give to somebody who, you know, really don't know how to pursue their dream?
It's a couple elements when it comes to that. For me, failure is just a figment of your imagination. I promise you it is. And a lot of people don't understand what a no really means. No doesn't mean you can't do it. No means, okay, maybe you didn't hear how I
Let me
asked the
reword
first.
it.
Let me reword
It's a
it.
different way. It's always a
And
yes.
so when you at your lowest point, man, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, look, I wasn't born to be average. I wasn't born to sit here in my mess. I gotta strap it up and get to it. Period. You can't look at what if I don't do this? What if I fail? Man, I'm not gonna fail. You speak those things into your life and they happen. You speak those, man, your words have so much power. Your words have power. The things that you speak on a daily basis, whether it's positive or negative, it has power.
you gotta be careful with your tongue though.
Got to.
Yeah.
And that's for
Everybody got what
everybody.
they ask for.
Yeah.
So I kind of want